Ishmael grows up in a small village in Sierra Leone, where he enjoys a happy, carefree life with his family and friends, surrounded by music, stories, and laughter. He is close to his younger brother, Junior, and has a strong bond with his parents. Rebel forces attack Ishmael's village, forcing him to flee. As the conflict spreads, he is separated from his family and left to wander with his friends. Scared and uncertain about their future, Ishmael and his friends journey through the forest, trying to escape the violence. They struggle with hunger, fear, and exhaustion, but they remain determined to survive. Even as they witness the devastation of war around them, Ishmael is recruited by the government army at the age of 13. The soldiers take him in and begin to train him to fight, providing weapons and teaching him to survive. The process starts to strip away his childhood innocence. As part of his training, Ishmael is given drugs to numb his emotions and encourage him to fight more aggressively. The army teaches him to use violence to survive, and he participates in brutal attacks, becoming a tool of war. In battle, Ishmael attacked for the first time. The drugs dull his senses, and he is disconnected from the act. The guilt and horror of taking a life start to weigh on him. But the violence becomes routine. Ishmael spends months fighting in the army, taking part in brutal skirmishes. The violence around him becomes normal, and he is no longer shocked by the death and destruction. Ishmael grows more desperate as the war continues. He becomes numb to emotions, disconnected from his past and his family. After months of fighting, Ishmael is rescued by UNICEF workers and taken to a rehabilitation center. He is offered a chance to heal, though he is deeply scarred by his past experiences and unsure of his future. At the rehabilitation center, Ishmael starts his recovery process. He goes through therapy and group counseling, trying to face the trauma he endured. However, he struggles to open up about his pain, often feeling disconnected from others. Ishmael is haunted by flashbacks of the war and the violence he committed. These memories, filled with guilt and shame, make it difficult for him to move forward. Over time, Ishmael begins to reconnect with his humanity. He forms strong bonds with other rehabilitated children, and they help each other through their healing journey. As he heals, Ishmael learns the importance of forgiveness, both for others and for himself. He begins to understand that he is not defined by his past actions as a soldier, and starts to let go of the guilt he carried. After his rehabilitation, Ishmael faces the challenge of returning to a normal life. He struggles with school and the lasting effects of his trauma. Ishmael becomes an advocate for children affected by war, traveling the world to share his story and raise awareness about child soldiers.